I see lots of comments being sponsored so that a lot of people will begin to see the campaign for freeing Nnamdi Kanu as political. And I see it's a lot of copy and paste. They are made to look like reactions of some specific concerned Igbos who feel, oh, don't, if you have seen it too, they are usually like, oh, Yoruba should not use us again. They used us before. Don't let them use you. Don't let them use us. Something like that. So they made it look like Sowore is coming to use their plight, Nnamdi Kanu's plight, for political reasons. And it is not out of place for people to be cautious or careful in circumstances like this. It's not out of place. And I'm not there for blaming anybody. All I'm here to do is to ask us to now look at it together. If you say Sowore is doing this, leading this free Nnamdi Kanu protests for sake of politics or for campaign or to gain Igbo's minds, then the questions are as follows. How long has Nnamdi Kanu been in this perpetual detention? And what is Sowore asking for? Sowore is saying no. If others are getting released who have even done worse than Nnamdi Kanu, we are not saying don't try Nnamdi Kanu, but for how many years will the trial that did not proceed beyond one stage of phase? How many more years? This is no longer looking like a prosecution, but persecution. The question we should ask those who are pushing these articles to say Sowore is doing it for politics is Sowore doing this as a one-off? Is he doing it for the first time because he is now a politician? Or what is his history? Has he been doing it before? In Nnamdi Kanu's case, the reason I also put politics of justice, I added politics because Nnamdi Kanu's predicament is itself political. Nnamdi Kanu's plight is political. That said, there is politics over legal. In Nigeria, politics is superior to what is political, what is legal. Politics is superior to legality or law in Nigeria as we speak today. That is why Nnamdi Kanu's plight is political and therefore superior to legality. Because if it were about legality, the court has pronounced how many times already that he should be released. The first time he was even released on bail, they did not allow him enjoy the bail. They still had to send military to go and bombard him at home. We all saw it. So when something is political, it is clear. And I see, let me even begin with this person. Let me begin with this particular comment. I love this comment because I see it a lot. All of us are for justice, right? Now, this person is conscientiously and truly and genuinely asking, did he really know what Nnamdi Kanu has done in the Southeast, brother? My brother, nobody is against the trial of Nnamdi Kanu. But all everybody is looking at is, wait, the day they brought Nnamdi Kanu to court, Sowore was in court. The day they brought him into Nigeria, Sowore was in court. Sowore did not say, don't prosecute. Are you following? Nobody so far has said, don't prosecute. On a normal, even what's the name? Simon Ekpa, who was arrested far away Finland, way many years after Nnamdi Kanu's own. They have already concluded his trial. Simon Ekpa, who was arrested several months after, several years after Nnamdi Kanu's trial started. They already concluded his own and handed him his sentence. But we're in a country where somebody can be in remand for 30 years, and whereas the punishment, if found guilty for the offense for which he was taken in, would have been maybe only 7 years. Like, if found guilty, the punishment would have been maybe 7 years, 3 years, 2 years, 6 months. Punishment, sentence would have been like that. But you could be in remand for 30 years for an offense whose punishment originally would have been only 7 years. In that instance, it then becomes persecution. Back to that brother's comment that Nnamdi Kanu has committed, allegedly, atrocities that led to pain of a lot of people in the southeast. Okay, then prosecute him. That is what is fair in the circumstance. Prosecuting. But that is legality, legally speaking. Now, politically speaking, did you know also that in the northerners rally around their own people who have committed worse and graver offenses? And government has no option than to look at it politically and return them to the society for them. Says you want, well, take it. That is how they politically resolve issues in Nigeria. Nnamdi Kanu's continued detention, therefore, is political. Political because his own people, his own ethnic elite do not want him released. So if his detention is confirmed political, his freedom will also therefore follow politically. That's the meaning. Since his detention is confirmed political, his freedom cannot therefore be legal, will also follow politically. Now back to Sowore. Sowore wants to use us to gain the Igbo's hearts. Igbos could have also as well just use, if you want to use the word use. Igbos could have by themselves too facilitated the release of their own brother for political gain too. Abi, if it is about political gain, then he will use Igbo now. But the Sowore that we all know, it is not his first time, and it has never been about politics since when he was an undergraduate, less than 20 years old, that he was fighting for freedom of many people, regardless of tribe, regardless of faith, religious practice, your leaning or anything, whatever you are, regardless of anything. The Sowore that you and I know, has been standing for justice and justice alone. What Sowore will ask himself is, what is fair in the circumstance? He closes his eyes and mind to whatever your extraction is, and just ask, wait, in this circumstance, what is fair? And he has been doing what is fair. And some people are angry about what is fair. It's only about what is fair in the circumstance. And bringing it to politics, every time that People come into politics. They come in with different reasons. We all know that. People come into politics with different reasons. And they bring what they have and are into politics. Many people do politics as business. Many businessmen come into politics. And because their background is business, you would normally expect they will bring business into politics. So they will handle politics as business normally. That means on the political table, you have business on the table. You understand? They bring business into politics. Because of that, if you are a religious person and you come into politics, extreme religious, and you come into politics, you will handle politics as religion. But now is the first time, or maybe yet again, somebody with background and interest and concern for justice has come into politics. That means justice has now become an option on the ballot too. I'm not campaigning, no. I'm only saying wait. Sorry about the lighting. There's no electricity in Nigeria, I'm managing small light. It's gone off now. But at least you can see me, so let's continue. If somebody has come into the political arena with the background of justice and has brought justice as an option on the ballot, it's not by force. It's just an option. It's for you to, we are all adults. It means somebody will treat politics as justice if given that power. And for the first time in Nigeria, if we have such, all the best for us. But I'm not campaigning. I'm here to talk about Nnamdi Kanu's freedom and the reactions of some sections of people from the southeast who are saying, no, he's using it for politics. Hello. Sowore has not added it as a precaution or precursor or precondition. There is no terms of contract to say I will lead this protest on the condition that he will vote for me. No. Because he has been doing it way back before politics, fighting for people's freedom and justice. The only question he asks himself is, what is just in the circumstance? And he just goes for it at all costs. That has been Sowore without politics in the past before now. So why will he now be different just because of politics now? Sowore is not saying you must vote. Okay, the last time Sowore got some people released from DSS, police, prison, and all that. And they still went ahead and voted another person. It's not a problem. Sowore is not campaigning that free Nnamdi Kanu must therefore be for him to be elected or voted by you. No, it's an option. It's an option. When the time comes, if you see businessmen on the ballot and you like business or politics as business, vote businessmen on the ballot. It's still after Nnamdi Kanu's release, it still remains your choice whoever to vote now. Abi, after Nnamdi Kanu's freedom, it still remains your choice who to vote. It still remains your choice now. We are in Nigeria. I still know that many people will only make up their mind on day of election. On the day of election is the day many people will now just start making up their minds who to vote for. In which case, maybe the number will start reducing every election dispensation or cycle. Some will still vote based on who is paying more between which party and which party. Some will still do that normally. Some will still vote based on who is paying higher on election day. So that is also an option. So when you see businessmen on the ballot, and you decide to vote for them, you have also seen, as a voter, as an electorate, you have also seen politics as business normally. And when you see a religious fanatic too, and you say, oh, because he practices the same faith that you also practice, or maybe his wife is also practicing your faith, or his deputy is practicing your faith, and you now say, based on faith, you choose that person, you have also taken politics and governance as religion. And if you now see the option of justice, somebody who would take politics as justice and fairness, if you now have that option on the ballot, you choose it, it means you also, as an electorate, see politics as justice. So now the options are now, God is good though, giving us the options. Hey, God will choose the best leader for us. God is not a voter, he's not an electorate. But he presents us the opportunities, he presents us the options. It's not left for you to say, I see business on the ballot for politics and governance, I see religion on the ballot, I see gender on the ballot, and now see justice on the ballot. The outcome is a reflection of our majority, who we are. We like to be governed by business-minded people, or we love to be governed by religious fanatics, or we love to be governed for justice. The outcome of every election cycle is a reflection of our majority, who we are. That is why the work we all have to do, sensitizing ourselves, depends now on all of us now to be doing the right thing, talking to ourselves before. Not only talking, walking the talk too, fighting for it ahead of time, conscientizing our people, changing the numbers from the business side to the justice side. And I'm not here to say you must therefore vote one person because Nnamdi Kanu is released. No. You are an adult. You have sense. You can think for yourself now. The options are there. What you choose is a reflection of who you are. Because in politics, there's sentiment and there's logical sense. If you go for your sentiment, that is, it's a reflection of who you are, a sentimental being. If you go, however, for what is fair and just, in the interest of hoi polloi, everybody, public masses interest, is also a reflection of who you are. If you vote for sentiment, whether ethnic sentiment or tribal sentiment, and you are abusing another person for voting their own sentiment, you are only fooling yourself. You are only fooling yourself. You can't fool the other person because he sees through you too that what you are voting for is actually not fair too or just. Nobody is mumu in this country. Nobody is mumu. All of us, all of you know what you are doing. All of us know what we are doing. Some of us insist on justice, equity, and fairness, regardless of your sentiment. Regardless of the sentiment. Some of us don't care. So it's all good. If you want to gaslight other people, feel free. But the question is, did Nnamdi Kanu do something you don't like? Did those other people that were pardoned also do what many don't like? Is a fair question to ask in the circumstance. Fair question. Fair question. Should he be prosecuted? Yes. But why has he not been prosecuted? Because all we can see is persecution, not prosecution. This is not a trial. This is not a trial. Or except you want to say the trial of brother Brother Jero. The trial of Brother Jero. Apologies to Wole Soyinka. Do you understand? Ahe. Prosecute him, try him, let us see the outcome. Even Simon Ekpa, that was arrested far away Finland, many years after Nnamdi Kanu's own started, they have already concluded his trial. He already knows how many years he is there behind bars. He already knows. Nobody's against trial. Nobody's against prosecution. But when all we see now is persecution, let's speak now. Let's speak now. Would it be fair that they are releasing and reuniting and even compensating and reabsorbing was hardened terrorists back into society in another region because their own people say release us our criminal? Abi? So why will this case be different? It's a simple question. Why will this case be different now? So again, Sowore did not attach it as condition to lead Free Nnamdi Kanu's protest that you must therefore vote in. So all the campaign of colonial guys are leading will only fail because Nigerians are no longer mumu. The fact is, if you want to prosecute Nnamdi Kanu, prosecute him. Nobody is blocking that. Only government is by itself blocking that. But persecution in the face of release and rehabilitation of others back into the society is what we are saying is unfair in the circumstance. Not only unfair to Nnamdi Kanu, but unfair to the judicial process, unfair to the public, the people, our sense of fairness, our sense of logic as a people together, collective new. It is rude to all of us what you are doing to the justice system in this country. Prosecute him, stop blocking it. That's what we are saying. But persecution, and all of us can see it, you are abusing the mind of many Nigerians who are watching what is going on. You are abusing our mind. So it is rude to all of us that you are not prosecuting him as you should. Nobody is saying don't sentence him. Nobody has said don't try him. But you are by yourself not trying him. That's the point I am making. So it is my own position. It is my own position, therefore, that if Nnamdi Kanu should be tried, it should be tried. Simon Ekpa was already tried way back in Finland, far away Finland, and convicted. Abi, that is years after Nnamdi Kanu's own trial started. So what is holding Nnamdi Kanu's own case? Simple question. And you want all of us to now say, lock him up, don't prosecute, just lock him perpetually. Is that fair? When others who have done worse are being released, It will come to equity, must come with clean hands. Says Fini. So free, because I know that people who do politics as business have already started sponsoring people to be attacking people like us. So you are free. Go ahead and do your thing. But that is my own position. If you want to prosecute him, hand him his sentence at once. If you don't want to prosecute him, release him like you have done